Yeah. I mean, so yeah, Deshaun Watson, man, this whole thing is just it seems like every day that passes by, it just gets uglier and uglier. Like a couple of days ago, the new coach, David Culley, literally said in his interview, he's like, I didn't come here to trade Deshaun Watson. Like, I came here thinking he's my quarterback. So he's not on the trade block. So, like, you just hear that, and then Deshaun Watson saying that, like, yeah, he's gone. Yeah. And I don't know, man. Like, this seems like it's going to just blow up in everybody's face. I don't know. What you think, Justin?
Honestly, I think this is more akin to, so you got Deshaun Watson over here.
Yeah.
Then he got his ex-girl, the Houston Texans. But his ex-girl don't realize that she ain't in the picture no more.
Like, she doesn't know she's the ex.
She in denial. She's like, nah, we still together. Like, he's still my man, shit like that. And Deshaun is like, nah, dog, it's over. And then it's going to be like, once somebody finally breaks through, once they get past like that stage of denial, shit's going to explode.
Yeah, bro. I mean, what do you got, Mike?
Bro, I'm shaking my head right now because I was about to use that same analogy, bro. Like, I swear to God, it's like the Texans got curved in the DMs 7 times by Deshaun, and Deshaun's too nice to just block them.
They like that weird dude who sent like 60 plus text messages.
I was thinking that too. 60, yeah, they're that Mets owner sending 60 plus photos, and we're gonna get to the dick pic.
The ex-GM, and he just
and then we're gonna
don't say it was the owner. Come on, calm down.
He cool. Cohen's all right.
Yeah,
Cohen's kind of shady, but he's all right.
Yeah, he's shady, but he got money. He got my money.
He ain't like 60 straight like text messages and dick pics shady.
Yeah, no, and eventually we're gonna hit that where it's like you're not only like Deshaun literally came out and said I want out, and then you have the GM and the coach going no, he's staying, and he's like, dog, I'm like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And you've managed to blow
definitely
a team up,
top
which
3.
Last year
he's definitely top 5, no doubt.
Yeah, this team, they had a 24-point lead, and if Bill O'Brien hadn't been such a bad coach, they would have beaten the Chiefs. And now you have to trade everyone. You have no draft picks.
Like, I don't know what the owner told them in like their hiring meeting or whatever the fuck in like their interviews, because like they got hoodwinked. Or like Easterby, whoever the fuck did it. He must have preached them some like far off gospel. They drunk the freaking Kool-Aid. He probably baptized them in like Texan stupidity into thinking, yeah, you guys are gonna come into a situation where you got like a top 5 QB. Like, it's gonna be great. So then they come into the introductory interview like, yeah, we were told that we gonna have Deshaun. I don't know what he's talking about, but homie Easterby over here, he speaks to God. And God's telling him that we gonna have Deshaun.
Oh my God!
Including Deshaun ain't go to church in a minute.
Yeah,
because God told Easterby he gonna be here.
Yeah, and not only that, you got holy shit. Like, first of all, like I think we talked about this before. It's like, why the hell would the Chiefs OC Bieniemy want to come coach? Like, I'm sticking with the team that's set. I'm not going into this and ruining my reputation.
Culley, no, they literally said between the Eagles and the Texans, those were the 2 worst coaching openings.
Culley only got that job. He was a coach in 2014 where the Chiefs wide receivers had 0 touchdowns.
I didn't even know who this man was.
Yeah.
I still don't know who he is.
He was their wide receiver coach and he had 0 touchdowns.
Oh.
And that can get chalked up to OC shit too. But like, dude,
at least his conference was better than Sirianni. Yeah.
But hey, I think he's the only dude who really wanted to get that job. He won that shit by default.
Yeah,
he really did.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, but I feel like they really just have to trade him, even if they like. And it's not even because he wants to leave. They have no 1st-round pick. Remember, they traded that to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they would have the 3rd pick right now, but they traded it to Miami.
You traded that for a tackle and a receiver that's not even on your roster anymore.
So imagine, like, this trade, like, they could actually send them to Miami, and Miami would be like, oh, yeah, here's that pick that you gave us. This is, like, nothing. Like, we're not really trading you anything. We're basically
and Laremy Tunsil wasn't even a Pro Bowl, all-pro type of tackle at the time either.
No. It's crazy.
And Tunsil, not only that, if you look at the trade.
That's Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, they had to.
Yep,
okay,
Bill
so
O'Brien.
You look at Dwayne Brown, who was the guy that they had to replace because they traded him to Seattle for like a bag of peanuts. He got re-signed.
Wasn't he decent on Seattle?
No, he's
really
one of the
good.
best. He's ranked
one of the best.
He's ranked the same as Tunsil, but he's like $6 million cheaper because they brought on Tunsil. Tunsil had a 1-year deal, and he knew he had all the leverage because they had no backup. So that's why
he was probably on the last year, like his rookie deal, and then they gave him an extension.
They had to give him the bag because he knew his leverage. And Dwayne Brown has I think, slightly better, if not the same level of production as Tunsil.
But they gave him the bag, and he wasn't even like who was the guy who the Washington football team misdiagnosed as having cancer?
What, Peters?
No, that tackle. Because they traded him to the 49ers. He was actually a really, really good player, type all-pro type player. Like, that's the kind of person, like someone established that you would trade like a first round. I knew his first name was Trent.
Yeah, Trent Williams.
Tunsil wasn't on that level where you would trade like first-round picks to get that man. Because he was like a third-year player at that point? Yeah, it was like two first-round picks for him and Stills, and I'm like, Stills wasn't that great.
Stills not even on the team no more. He's not
even on the team anymore.
He's on Green Bay.
Man, like, get back to this thing. It's like a bad girlfriend-boyfriend situation. You know, you get caught cheating, so you got to pay for the steak dinner. And that's what Bill O'Brien kept doing. Bill O'Brien kept cheating, making these bad decisions, and then having to compensate for them with more money and picks than they had.
The man signed Brock Osweiler.
Yeah. To what was that? 4 years, $64 million?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Plus, think about it. Why would Deshaun want to come back when you shipped out Hopkins?
Yep. Number one option.
Yep. Then his new favorite receiver, or like his other favorite receiver, Will Fuller.
Not even coming back.
He needs to stay away from the drugs. But y'all didn't bother to resign him.
Yeah, he's gone.
And he got a human concussion waiting to happen in Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
Why the hell would this man want to come back?
Man, it's just like
especially with the ghost of David Johnson in the backfield.
And not to mention that their offensive line is still dog shit.
Yeah, he's like top 3 in sacks, I believe.
Yeah. It's like, dude, first of all, you're not going to have any time to throw it, and then when you throw it, it's probably not going to get caught.
And somehow he put up ridiculous stats anyways, in spite of all of that.
I mean, because it's Deshaun Watson. Like, it's crazy.
It's like the Bugatti meme at the trailer park.
It really just like, baby, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Please don't leave me.
It's really
it'll be different. We can go to counseling.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you look at it, because like this is just a terrible situation. And it's not even Deshaun's fault. It's literally because his organization is trash from the top up. The owner is trash. The GM is trash.
The organization's always been trash.
I mean, they've always been trash. It's no offense.
Like ever since they came into the league in like the early 2000s and like drafted David Carr. David bum ass fucking Carr.
But it wasn't even his fault. He got sacked like 100 times.
That guy sucked. He sucked.
Like, he
sucked. Like, it didn't help that he was getting that he probably was seeing ghosts and getting like mollywopped left and right by defenders, but he still sucked.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey man, he came out to the Giants. He won a Super Bowl as a backup.
Shout out to my
boy. Yeah, shout out to my boy David Carr.
They were probably scared shitless. If they had an option, they probably would have wrapped Eli Manning up in like bubble wrap. Because God forbid they had to put in Derek freaking Carr.
Hey, to be honest,
about David Carr.
Shout out to Eli Manning. Because whoever Eli Manning's backup was, he knew he wasn't playing because he never missed a game. So shout out to
Eli
him.
wasn't that good.
Hey man, 2 Super Bowls. So watch him out.
He had great defenses.
Hey man, again.
Last time I checked, being able to do this with a football isn't a championship caliber quarterback.
That's not a championship pass right there.
That's your championship pass. Didn't even hit him in the chest.
I'm not hearing any of this slander on my boy. 2 Super Bowls.
The guy led the league in interceptions like 3 times.
Fine. That's fine.
He had Odell and couldn't do anything good with him.
Odell and Saquon.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to just say, you're a Lions fan, Mike, and you're a Cowboys fan, Justin. So I'm not hearing it from you.
I don't see the problem here.
No, I don't either. We all suck now. Get out of here.
Hey, I've seen my team win a Super Bowl. So come back to me when you guys win a Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying.
What position are you in the draft this year?
Hey, shut up.
I think you're right after us.
We're
it ain't my fault. My QB snapped his leg in half.
Swear to God. The Red Rocket.
It's y'all fault too.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
man.
You snapped
Hey,
my
man.
QB's leg in half. We had
Don't be
freaking
mad.
Andy Dalton.
Hey, man.
The
I
red
don't know.
stupid ass rifle.
But yeah, speaking of Super Bowls, we got the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. You know, we talked about it
Right.
last episode, but we have some news about the Super Bowl. And it's not even about the Super Bowl itself. It's about the goddamn Chiefs barber. And what happened
Hey,
with
they
the
need a
barber?
fresh
What?
cut.
Did they get
You
they
need a
get their
fresh cut.
No. He got COVID. He tested positive. And what happened? He was still giving him haircuts. He
was giving cuts on the side, and homie caught COVID. He's trying to make a living. I don't see the problem here.
Homie got 2 of them quarantined. They're on the COVID list because he was giving them hair. And there was 20 more. Patrick
Who the
Mahomes
hell
was
gives a shit
online.
about Demarcus Robinson?
Hey, Patrick Mahomes was next in line. He was about to get the Mahomes,
That would've been a
Mahomes
problem.
rate. He was going to get the Mahomes rate. And, thank God.
Patrick Price.
Yeah. Thank God, the Chiefs guy came in. Hey, you got
Demarcus
COVID.
Robinson only matters, once every 5 games? Like, hell, I don't even think he'd see the field if, Watkins going to play. Thank God, because Hardman can barely catch the ball after muffing that punt.
Hey, man, he still scored a touchdown.
Hey, tell me, I
He
swear
got
to
it back.
God.
They needed him to score the touchdown.
Yeah,
It
he
was
got
a
it back.
screen pass.
Yeah, he brought
It
it
was a
back.
screen
He brought it
pass.
back. But that run, that like 60-yard run, he brought that back.
I mean, you got those. Hey, if you think about it, who was going in that line? First of all, it was like their 4th string, and then their 2nd string, and
Their line's all
hey,
there was
types of
20
people.
people.
What they were doing
Hold up.
was here's what they were doing. They had the Queen's butlers tasting the food to make sure it wasn't poison. That's what was going on. They were throwing the freaking backups out to see if they got COVID.
Yeah,
That's
true.
what they're for.
Mahomes was probably number 20 on that line.
Yeah.
He
Oh
was
yeah. You're
probably
putting
number 20
Tyreek
out of
Hill
20.
and Patrick Mahomes. They can
Yeah,
wait.
he
They
was
can
probably
wait.
at the back of the line. They're like,
Yeah.
you know what,
Yeah,
just in
between
case,
games,
you
you
guys just sit
put
back there.
Mahomes, Kelsey, Hill in the same type of case that you put the Lombardi in.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It
That's
was
true.
nice,
I feel like
safe,
you
and
should
sound
Yeah.
till you need it.
I feel like they
Yeah.
should get their own bubble ball and just roll around just to be like just in case, so nobody
Yeah.
infects them. Like they
Oh
can
no,
still.
they're playing in hazmat suits.
Yeah,
That's how they practice in
there you
hazmat
go.
suits.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, I bet you Patrick's still slinging the ball around.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that hazmat suit.
Yeah, with no toe.
Yeah, no toe, turf toe, and he's still running around. Yo, I want to bring that up. Last game, you saw when he had that run, he was still flying, and then when he pretended like he was going out of bounds and got that 2 extra yards. It was like, yo, this guy really got turf toe and said,
Bro,
"Fuck
he
it,
was
I'm gonna get
shaking.
that
He
first
was
down."
shaking dudes out their shoes still with no
Yeah.
toe.
That's
Turf toe
crazy.
is bad too.
Oh, I know. Yo, turf toe. Most people miss games with turf
It's
toe.
brutal. I had it.
Yeah.
I had it one time, and you can't move.
And like the funny thing is, like you just hear turf toe, you're like, y'all some
Yeah.
bitches. What is this? Oh,
It's your entire
your
foot.
toe hurt.
Because
But then
because
you
Mike
look it
was
up and you're like,
monster athlete, guys.
Yeah, obviously. I didn't miss any games because I wasn't getting in games. Is the problem? Yeah.
man.
Damn, I was about to say you're like your team MVP. You just
But
threw
I was
yourself
I was in
dog.
practice looking even shittier than usual.
But
He's like, Coach, I got an excuse this time.
Yeah. Oh, I really
I got
can't
my
play.
doctor's note.
I was finally
I got
like
a
looking.
doctor's note.
I was talking to girls after the game, like, I actually got hurt this time. I couldn't play.
I'm certified shitty for a reason.
This
Yeah.
one's actually real.
Man, I
I
remember
didn't forge
if
this one.
you were a bench warmer in high school, though, the whole school showed up and you had to like fake an injury the entire game. Like I was limping around the sidelines, like, oh, couldn't play today.
Yeah. You hoped you didn't have to suit up so you could be in like
Yeah.
street clothes. They're like, oh shit, what's wrong? I'm like, I got injured. Like,
I
you know,
drank
if I was in
Gatorade
there,
for
I would have
free
dropped
for
like
3
30
years.
on these motherfuckers.
I drank
would drop
Gatorade
30
for
on
free.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yo, all right, so 2 more things I want to bring up.
Bet.
One, I saw on Twitter a fucking crazy stat. And it's not even like a number stat. Bro, I just found out Travis Kelce and Rob Gronkowski are the same age.
Well, I already knew that Kelsey was old. Like
That blew my mind. I was like, what? He's that old? Oh my God. Like, wait, or are they even that old? Like, I really just didn't even
no, like
look how
Kelsey's
old they
definitely
are.
like 31, 32.
But like, I thought, yo, you just see, yeah, he's 31. Rob
Compared to like
Gronkowski's-
Kittle, who's in like his late 20s.
I knew Kelsey been in the league, but like, I thought Rob Gronkowski was just way older. I thought he was like a couple years older than him. That's crazy to me. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
Like till I looked at like Kittle and Kelsey side by side, I didn't realize how old Kelsey actually was.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I mean, like, it's not even like how they look. It's how like they play on the field. Like Gronk, it's got all these like it's got like arthritis and shit. His
Oh, he's like
back hurts.
RoboCop.
Kelsey's just flying around looking like he's in the prime of his career. To me, Travis Kelce by the end of his career is going to be the number 1 tight end of all time.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Like he really is. Other than any Giants,
because who is he competing
my
with?
favorite player.
Rob Gronkowski and like Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, he's literally my favorite player that's not on the Giants.
And he gets enough volume to, in my opinion, especially if he wins another chip, he's already better than Gronk.
He gets like 100 yards a game. That's crazy.
That's because he's the number 1 receiver on his team.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it's like they'll just like double team and they're like, that's all good. You know, my route right now, I'm gonna hit you with real quick. 100 yards easy. It's crazy to me, bro.
I know fantasy doesn't really reflect like actual production a lot of the time, but in fantasy, Travis Kelce is the wide receiver 5. And if he was a wide receiver, the second tight end after him is wide receiver 33.
Yeah. But it's crazy. Like, and
he nearly like you bring in receiving yards.
Yeah. Well, no, he would have. He
would have if he played like the last game of the season.
Yeah. Kind of finessed him on that. But like you speak of fantasy, like if you have if you have one of the top 3 tight ends, it's basically playing another wide receiver in your lineup, like a top end wide receiver, because like they just get volume.
If you have the top 2, one of the two top tight ends, because after you get past like 2, it drops off.
If you have Kelce, Kittle, or Waller.
Waller put up a donut against the Pats.
Waller's like a good player every 5 games.
Waller's number 2 tight end this year. Calm yourself.
Kittle got injured.
Okay, he still would have.
And Mark Andrews fell off a cliff.
Hey man. Oh yeah,
he fell off a cliff.
He had 2 points a game on a good day.
The guy on Baltimore that had 1 good year.
He fell off a cliff. Man. How many good years did Darren Waller have?
Dude, it's 2 in a row.
Wow.
2 in a row.
So you're saying he had 1 more good year?
Bro, my man came
Mark
back
Andrews
from a drug addiction. Let my man rock.
Mark Andrews got like diabetes or something.
That's fine. That's a natural thing. He came back from a drug addiction.
He got diabetes.
That's harder to come back.
That's clinically diagnosed.
He could have died.
He can't drink too much Gatorade on the sidelines or he dies.
Hey, bro, he could have died from actual drugs.
He was high risk for COVID.
That's fine.
He was doing a 2-step while he's playing the game.
He's fine. All you gotta do is not leave your house. Go
he
from
had
your
to
house
check
to
his
the stadium.
insulin at halftime.
He's like, dog, don't get too close to me.
Give me Waller. I'll take Waller any day. Dude comes back from a drug addiction and plays.
If you had a better QB than Derek Carr, sure, maybe.
Bro, they're talking about fucking.
Homie put up a donut against a Pats defense that had a dearth of talent. They were devoid of talent.
They're talking about Deshaun Watson going to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. That's what I heard. 3-team trade.
Oh, that'd be fucking cash.
And then that would put Derek Carr on the Texans.
Look at Justin. Bro, that's
the only reason Deshaun Watson should want to go to Vegas is to be in Vegas. Not because of the damn Raiders, but to be in Vegas.
Yo, John Gruden is your
coach?
If
he just didn't like strip clubs, because I'm pretty sure Houston is one of the top spots for strip clubs.
Hey, man, you got legal prostitution out in Vegas?
I don't think prostitution is legal. I don't think prostitution is legal.
In Vegas.
How do you know that?
It might be in Thailand.
No, it's literally the only place that's legal in the U.S. Because it's Vegas, bro. I've never been, but I know everything.
He sure as hell wants to go.
Yeah, he's like,
I definitely want to go to Vegas. I got to go see that stadium. I got to go to the Death Star.
Oh, the stadium. Yeah.
Bro, got to go to the Death Star.
The freaking Death Star. Beautiful.
Oh, my God. Yeah, my dad was, he flew over going to L.A. and he saw it, like, being built. He was like, yo, this shit's going to be fire. And, yo, you saw that first photo came out when it was all done. You just see it's, like, all black. You're like, oh, my God.
You know what's hilarious though? They call it the Death Star, but every time the Death Star got destroyed in Star Wars, so it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. It's like you're saying you're going to lose.
Yeah, I mean it's the Raiders. You know, it's the new version of Raiders. The old version of Raiders, they were nice, but you know, now they're not that nice. All right, and then
they're nice in LA.
Yeah, we're past that now. Last thing. Everybody's talking about Bieniemy not getting a job and all that. I just want to talk about that for a little bit. I mean, what do you guys think about that? You know, not getting a job.
I'm like, let's be honest here, though. There are worse things that could happen other than you not getting a job and having to still be the Chiefs offensive coordinator. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, I think he was
really have an actual
selected,
chance of winning a Super Bowl literally for like next decade as long as Patrick Mahomes is there. So I'm like, there's worse things in the world that could happen. Like let's be honest here. Would you really rather be head coach of the Eagles, the Texans, the Jets, over being the offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs, who have a legitimate chance to win every year?
And
you get a Super Bowl ring regardless.
We're talking about if we're looking into the future, say he stays one more year in Kansas City, gets even more respect, even more acclaim. I'm thinking about, look, I don't think any of these first-year head coaches at these lesser organizations are going to be gone yet. I don't see any of these guys getting bounced first year. They're all longer term. Maybe the guy in Houston. But, think about this. How long are we really giving Mike McCarthy in Dallas?
I'd rather see Bieniemy in Dallas.
Exactly. I'm thinking, look.
Please, God. Please.
He's on thin ice.
Please, God.
Yeah.
McCarthy sucks ass. Please, God.
Think about it. There's so many other situations. Think about where he could be in a year, staying with the Chiefs, and you can get a better team that just hasn't been coached well. Wouldn't want to coach. And as much as I hate to say it, say the Rams don't do well, and Sean McVay's on the hot seat, or the Cowboys. Or even a team like the not the Titans, but I'm trying to think of teams off the top of my head.
Let's be honest though, the Rams owner is too busy jerking off Sean McVay and Les Snead for them to be fired.
Yeah.
Because they're out here giving cash to freaking Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, just for them to get shipped out of town, Clay Matthews, and still they have jobs.
Yeah.
But I mean, with his situation, I think it's kind of interesting because you think about it. This is just what I'm thinking, what he might be possibly thinking. Obviously he's got to make it look like he's looking for a job, like a head coaching job.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know, maybe him and Andy Reid got something where like, hey, yo, you stay a couple more years and, this job will be yours. I'll be here a couple more years. Once I leave, you the head coach. I don't know. That could be a thing.
Yeah.
Remember Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick?
Or even Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick. Yeah,
but that was the plan with the Giants. Was they were gonna let Bill Belichick take over, but then
until Belichick got to the Pats, he was Texas two-stepping his way around jobs.
Bill Parcells was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna leave yet." And then once Belichick went to the Browns, he literally stepped down. Bill Parcells literally left right after that, so it literally fucked it up for the Giants. But I don't know. I can see that situation happen where Bieniemy becomes the head coach for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and who says that? And nobody who has really talked to Bieniemy, he's going to give the politically correct answers, "Oh yes, I'm searching and I interview with these teams." But who says this guy wants to take over a freaking rebuild? I'm gonna look up his coach.
That's what I'm saying. And, I don't think well, first of all, he's not calling plays in Kansas City.
But at the same time, he has a very big influence on the plays and the playbook.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's definitely true. He's definitely coming up with the plays, but he's never really called plays. So I could see him not really wanting to go be a head coach anywhere with not calling plays experience.
But at the same time, the head coach doesn't need to call plays. The only reason Stefanski calls plays is because he was an OC and that was his job in Minnesota, because their coach is a defensive guy, doesn't call plays. Who is it? Who's the coach? Harbaugh for the Ravens. He was a special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
He's not gonna call fucking plays.
Well, yeah, because the offensive style head coaches always call plays.
Yeah, I feel like that's you just expect them to be play callers, but at the same time, you don't need to be a play caller to be a head coach.
Yeah. That's true.
And think about this too, he has only been OC there for 2 years. People don't realize that.
What's his history?
3. He's been with the Chiefs since 2013, but he was the running backs coach for 4 years.
Because he was only the
coordinator for 2. 2018 was his first year as coordinator, and that was
I guess
Mahomes took off.
Building up that experience.
So who says he doesn't want to spend another year there and win a chip again?
Yeah,
I gotta take.
All right,
maybe, just maybe, Bieniemy's having a hard time getting a job because the last Chiefs OC to get a job, Matt Nagy.
Ooh,
Matt Nagy, and we see how that's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, though, Matt Nagy's not really had a quarterback. So, I mean, maybe if he
what you mean? They thought Trubisky was their guy. He was like, yo, I could fix him. Like, I understand why you guys took him over Mahomes and Watson.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I'll drink your Kool-Aid.
Do you though?
They didn't even.
I'll smoke that stuff with you.
The North Carolina quarterback.
You know they didn't
after
even,
one season.
One season.
The
Maserati Mitch.
Yeah. The Bears didn't even interview Deshaun Watson.
They had Maserati Mitch, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, Deshaun Watson, he fell to the second round, right?
No, he was.
Might as well have.
Was he? He was the first. I don't know.
He was the last QB. He was the last QB out of the 3 taken.
Well, obviously, yeah.
They literally lucked out and he fell into their lap.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest here. I don't put it past the Texans to have been stupid and had taken Trubisky if he were there, or if they were in the opposite position as the Bears.
No doubt they would have.
Crazy.
The Chiefs, on the other hand, they do. Oh, let's trade up with the Bills to go.
They really traded
this
up.
Stud.
Bro. They traded up. I still forget that Patrick Mahomes was the 10th pick. Like,
Watson was coming off a national championship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it twice. 2 years.
They still wanted Trubisky.
Yeah. Oh, crazy.
Who'd been at the other ACC school?
Well, that's about almost it. Last thing, I know I said last thing before, but quick hitters. Does Deshaun Watson get traded, and where does he go? Mike, you first.
Deshaun Watson gets traded, as much as I hate but love to say it. I'm thinking the New York Jets.
Big Dollar Saleh.
Yes, sir. Big Dollar Saleh. Robert Saleh over there, bringing the culture back.
Justin.
If not the Jets, because they don't have those weapons. If not, as much as I hate to say it, the Raiders. They got a good team. They just need a quarterback. Yeah. They got some decent weapons. I'm not saying they're a contender, but they got some weapons. They got some weapons.
I'm gonna ignore that second spot. I'm gonna ignore that second spot. But I also would prefer him to go to the Jets of one of a few places, just because the Jets have cap space. So even though the only weapon they have on offense is freaking Crowder, they could still go be like, okay, I know your homie got caught doing drugs and he's still suspended for a game, but they can go be like, yo, Fuller, you want to come in here, still play with your boy? And they can go be like, okay, Allen Robinson or Chris Godwin.
I don't think they signed two.
Galladay.
They'll sign one.
But what I'm saying is Fuller isn't like a top end wide receiver, so he's not going to command that kind of money. So you can sign him to be if someone's high, you can sign him to be like a number 2 to like a top end guy, because like Godwin could be your number 1, or Robinson could be your number 1, or Galladay could be your number 1, because Lord knows Galladay wants to get the fuck up out of Detroit in that shit show. Yeah. Especially if he's going to have Jared Goff throwing him the ball instead of Stafford.
Yeah.
But the other place I'd like to see him is Miami, because Miami, they have the defense to support a quarterback. And even though their weapons on offense are kind of lacking, I feel like they can make it work between having Devontae Parker, having Gesicki, and just get like another receiver, maybe through like a trade or whatnot. Then that way you have something to work with down in Miami. Plus, it's South Beach. Come on.
I think like the number 1 spot for him, it's got to be New York. Like he's got to thinking, I got to go to the Jets. Even though like they're the Jets.
There's like 2 feet of snow outside my door.
That's fine.
There's a beach in Miami.
See, you're thinking of it logically. You're thinking of where he's going to live. He's thinking about playing. He's going to think about, what am I going to leave the game with? Imagine he wins a Super Bowl with the Jets.
MetLife Stadium doesn't have a dome.
Hard
Rock Stadium is 85 and sunny, and they have a dome for no reason.
In 60 years, the best thing that's happened to the Jets was Namath. What?
Exactly.
50 years ago?
And he's not even that good, Justin.
Like 50 years?
Yeah.
He's not even that good.
Let's think about it.
He's a losing
The Dolphins
record.
were more recently than the Jets.
Yeah.
Plus, Brian Flores has already shown that he's a great coach and that they have a great culture.
Yeah.
They do.
Their GM has already shown that he's not afraid to go make moves get talent. Hell, he already fleeced the team that Deshaun would be coming from.
Yeah.
And to trade for him, he'd be like, okay, I'll just give you your picks back.
Yeah, they got
no
two
harm,
and
no
the number
foul.
4.
See,
Yes.
the thing is, I just don't think Miami's just like, you know what? I think they're good. I think they think they're nice, and they're gonna trust Tua. They're gonna give.
Plus,
Tua
the AFC is
shot.
open for the taking.
It's true, but I think they're gonna try to give Tua his shot. That's why I don't.
Tua had his shot. He looked like Buns.
He don't like. He really.
He looked like Buns.
Like he's been there 1 year. It's 1 year. Give him a second year. If he's.
Do we not see Justin Herbert?
Yeah.
Or Joe Burrow?
Look, it happens.
And Joe Burrow had a lot less to work with that offensive line.
Yeah.
Yo, some quarterbacks take some time. You can't just throw them out after a couple of starts.
What you mean? Mahomes came out 1 game and threw like 4 tutties.
He also didn't play his first year.
He played 1 game and threw 4 tutties.
Yeah, in week 7.
I don't think Tua's thrown more than 2 touchdowns in 1 game.
Look, man, you look at his Alabama career.
Dog, they needed to have. He was like a Yankee starter. He couldn't get past like the 2nd inning. And here comes freaking Sandman in the form of Fitzmagic here to come clean up his mess and save the day.
Again.
At least Herbert can start the entire game.
In my opinion, they're going to give him a shot. His best, you're going to look up, he's going to go to New York. I don't think.
Hey, Josh Rosen got his like chance in Arizona. They realized their error. They realized their error, and it was like,
"Yo,
they were like, get the hell up out of town, along with our coach, and we go fix this."
I feel bad for Rosen. Like he really didn't even get a chance anywhere. And now,
but even in college though, he wasn't really that dedicated to football. Like he had bad like demeanor, attitude.
Someone signed him off of the Buccaneers practice squad because that's where he was at.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you don't get a ring on the practice squad.
I wouldn't have accepted it. I would have been like, nah, I'm good. I'll stay here. I could be imagine like he could just be learning from Tom Brady. Where'd he go?
Oh, I don't even want to say it. He plays for the Niners, man.
Oh no.
Oh, that's tough.
No.
I feel like we should end it on that.
Yeah, that's definitely where we got to end it. Rest in peace to Josh Rosen. You know, he goes from the Tampa Bay Bucks to maybe being Brady's heir apparent to
porn star Jimmy
to San Francisco. That's trash. So
that's tough.
I mean, other than that, everybody, we'll see you next time. Super Bowl week. Let's get it. Peace.
All right. Peace.